So Cardano ADA has made some big moves to the downside, and this is heavily influenced by what's taking place between Iran and Israel. And as a result of that, it has sent some shockwaves within the crypto space in general. But with that being said, as you guys know, I was looking for a move to the upside where we tapped into this region between 71.57 cents to 72.9 cents. And following this move, I was then looking for a further move to the downside where we then tapped into this region between 57.39 cents to 60.13 cents. And as things stand right now, it does look like we are going to tap into this region. And you can also see that on the move to the downside, we ended up actually breaking this local low at 61.86 cents. And even though it's not reflected on this price chart, that resulted in a break of structure and a change of character, further confirming that we are bearish. And in addition to that, you can also see that we had the death cross event take place where the 50 EMA ended up crossing the 200 EMA, further confirming that we are bearish. And so one thing that is on my mind right now is figuring out if whether or not this is a WXY structure or a 5-wave move. I am leaning more towards a 5-wave move, and reason being is because the Y wave extended beyond the typical requirements. So if I use the Fib tool and bring that to over here at 69.01 cents. So in order for this to be a WXY structure, the Y wave would typically retrace towards the 1 to 1.226 retracement level of the W wave. And here you can see that we ended up extending beyond the 1.226 retracement level, which can happen from time to time. But again, I am leaning more towards a 5-wave move. And so for that to happen, we need ADA to reach the 1.618 retracement level at 60.68 cents. And so if I zoom out slightly and go to the 5-minute chart, what you can see is within this move to the downside, what we are forming is a 5-wave move, where this is the wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 like so. And within this third wave, what we are forming is a 5-wave move also, where this is the wave 1, 2, and so it looks like this wave 3 is actually still in play. Wave 3, 4, and 5 like so. So if I adjust this third wave here, where we could actually see a lower low, and then the fourth wave will play out at some point, followed by a final fifth wave move like so. And so if I use the Fib tool, if I remove this also just so the chat's more clearer, so that third wave would typically be a 1.618 retracement of the wave 1. So if I bring that to over here at 66.6 cents. And so what I'm looking at is for ADA to reach the 1.618 retracement level at 61.77 cents. And it looks like we ended up doing so over here, where we extended beyond that 1.618 retracement level. And then we ended up having the fourth wave play out, which is typically a 23.6 to 50% retracement of the third wave. And then it looks like the fifth wave is now playing out to complete the third wave. And this fifth wave is typically a 1.236 to 1.618 retracement of the fourth wave. And so in the short term, ADA could reach anywhere between 60.57 cents to 61.29 cents. And then following this move to the downside, I am looking for a further push to the upside to complete the fourth wave, followed by a final push to the downside to complete the fifth wave, where that fifth wave could then potentially tap into this region that I've been talking about previously. So if I go back to the hourly chart, what you can see is we were within the oversold conditions. And so the bulls are now slowly starting to regain control of the market. And so the next key targets would be the EMA levels, which sits between 67 to 68 cents. And so in order for us to be bullish, then we need ADA to find support at those EMA levels and then see a continuation to the upside, where we break this weak high that's been signaled on Smart Money Concept at 73.15 cents. And that will then result in a break of structure and a change of character, further confirming that we are bullish. And then I'll be looking for a continuation to the upside where we then retest these local highs. And if I go in the 4-hour chart, what you can also see is we are within the oversold conditions. And in addition to that, we are bearish, given the fact that we are trading below both the 50 and 200 DMA. And so the next key targets, again, will be the EMA levels, where we find support at those levels and then see a bounce to the upside. But the flip side to that is that on a daily chart, we were within the overbought conditions, and now the bears are now slowly starting to regain control of the market. And you can see that that is reflected on the price chart. And so again, the next key targets will be for ADA to tap into this region between 57 cents to 60 cents. And so yeah, that's just my update on Cardano ADA. Hopefully you found it useful, and if you did, then feel free to hit that like button, and if you're new, feel free to subscribe. Take it easy, people. Peace.